Just gonna let him know that the English casters are ready, and I just want to see how Jun plays. This is
exactly.
who is this guy?
We've seen them take out Control and not just a Simon, Jim Rising. It's
close.
I need to see that as an Archon now. Just a Simon and Jim Rising.
Jim Simon or Justice Rising.
Justice Rising. Oh, that could be, dude. That's gonna
sick.
be that's the boss of Max Angel. You did not know. But speaking of Max Angel, we have a different Protoss player here. We are gonna be on Zen LE, which, of course, if you are not aware, stands for Legume Expert. Legume Expert. That's I don't know. I actually don't know any legume experts IRL, but you know, probably somebody who is good at making those. Here in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have the red Protoss. We all know that he blesses the rains, for he is representing the Afrika Freaks. It is our Protoss player. We have the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. himself. It is Stats.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Zen LE, going for a pool first, we have the Korean Zerg player, a little bit of an enigma, of a dark horse here in this tournament, taking out some pretty big names. It is thrrepoint.
You're also known as Jun.
Yeah, aka Jun. And I'm actually going to I'm going to message Crank after this game and be like, hey, do you know who this guy is?
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's better than what I'm doing right now, which is just going through my brain archives and thinking, which Korean players are called Jun or have Jun in their name? Like, I'm like, there's Chun Taeyang, who I believe is TY.
I think like obviously if anyone's gonna know anything, it's gonna be Crank, right? Like he's when it comes to the Korean scene and the Korean players, and mainly also because I want to know if this guy's been playing in like Lima leagues or something along those lines. Yeah, I'm very interested.
And speaking of interested, that's a Baneling that's popping up, as well as even more Lings going to be thrown in here. Very quick pylon block. Nicely done by the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. himself.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw that. It's so annoying. Only one Ling could attack that pylon at a time. Like, the checkpoint is so narrow there. So there was no way for those Lings to be able to bust through as he cancels it. And now the Adept is headed across the map to scout.
But you know what? Like, Zerglings might not be able to bust through that, but maybe Banelings.
Oh yeah, they definitely could, especially if there was just a pylon, but he cancelled. Now there's a big chunky robo being built there, so we'll see. Either way, I do think Banelings will be able to bust through the Zealot and bust through the front wall, and there we go. Banelings are being morphed.
And here they are. More and more Lings are being routed towards that location. There is no drone, not a single drone in that natural of Jun.
Oh boy, and that Adept...
not too aware of this, but he does come in with the Adept.
Oh, he sees it.
Oh, but where's the sentry? Where's the backup? Where's the backup? Stats couldn't get a backup wall up quite in time, but not too many Lings do come in. Stats remaining calm, keeping his cool, will be able to reset that wall.
Yeah, and this is why they call him...
You cannot mess with Nick Fury here.
Exactly.
He is the Shield of Fire himself.
Yeah,
the director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Did you watch Winter Soldier?
He's not just the director.
Yo, they thought he was dead. Nah, mate.
Nah.
You bust through the wall, another shield pops up, and he's trying again. He's going for the Bane
again,
but
not quite enough Banelings this time. But they did soften up this Cybercore, but GG is called the S.H.I.E.L.D. himself.
Showing us how he earned that name, standing strong against the Ling Bane All-In.
It happens every single time. I gotta tell you, like, there will never be a point in time where I am not impressed with Stats' defense. It doesn't matter who he's up against. It doesn't matter what is being played. I will always just have my jaw dropped and just think, how did he defend that?
Yeah. Yeah, like some solid play there. As soon as the wall fell for Stats, he immediately remade it and had a second one up ready. And he didn't even need a sentry.
I was so worried there. Exactly, I was so worried there when he pulled the probe, but the probe wasn't quite able to set up the backup wall. I thought, oh no, it might be happening. It might be happening. Apparently not.
Yeah, it's definitely cool to see. And Crank just confirms that Jun, his name is Jung Yi Jun, and he's an amateur player. Yeah.
Oh, a fairly fresh one.
I'll copy paste this for you as we do get into the lobby.
Yep. Yi Jun. Everyone's coming in here.
Yeah.
Jung Yi Jun. Interesting.
Yeah, and his ID is 3-point, and we are good to
from the 3-point line.
Yeah, boy. I wonder if this is what Jun did. Did he just cheese everyone? He made it through.
It's always a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of cheese, that's already jumping into the semifinals. Gonna be taking out sort of 2-0, and it seems very likely, like, that we might in fact get that PvP finals.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I am so looking forward to the rematch though between Juanito and the winner of this series, who will most likely be the Wall himself. Yeah, it's I love it. I just love seeing them go at it.
Yeah. That is definitely something to love. And speaking of love, we are in fact on Nightshade, otherwise known as Belladonna. LE, if you did not know, it does in fact stand for Lemur. I wanted to say uprising, but then I realized it starts with a U. Lemur encouragement. Lemur encouragement. That's when in Madagascar, you have King Julian. He encourages people. I think it's been a while since I've seen that movie. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spotting in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss, all the way from Korea. And I got a question for you, like, are you free?
Freaka TV.
We'll find out whether he likes jjajangmyeon or jambong. It is, stats. Gonna be representing the Afrika Freaks. He is Nick Fury, the director, the Shield of Ire himself. It is Stats.
Dude, the top left-hand corner, distracting Stats with the conversation about your favorite food. We have the Korean amateur player that some call him Jun, but he is 3-point. Pulling everything he has.
I want tacos after this.
He keeps talking about about the food, and there is just a zealot here for Stats himself. He can actually mineral walk through, and he gets through the first wall, but the zealot is still alive.
How's the drone drilling?
The drone drilling.
So glad that we have Crank here to translate.
Yeah, he's trying to surround the zealot, but the zealot gets away. It looks like the warp gate, the gateway is going to go down.
The adept will get out. The adept will get out. And now this is a wide open wall. So many more Lings are being rallied here. But look at the SimCity though by Stats.
Indeed, like, this is why you call him the Shield. Immediately he has this sick SimCity around. Is he going back home? What? He's going back home.
Jun is going back home. He needs to mine. He was all in, but not this all in, I suppose.
I kind of like it, to be honest. Oh, nice micro there. Didn't lose any Lings to that Zealot as it was tucked away in the corner. And yeah, all this wall is going to go down. It's going to force Stats to stay on one base. And Jun, if he goes back home and starts mining again, he can expand.
That, in fact, he can. So many lost buildings here for stats. We see 600 minerals worth versus Jun's 2 lings. That's 50 minerals.
Yeah, and again, these lings, they're just here to distract, to maybe find a little bit of damage. The shield battery should keep the Zealot alive. Maybe he can try and get that Cyber Core on the corner, but either way, just containing stats, like, that could be enough to get Jun back into this game.
Potentially. He is down 11 workers, which is not the position you want to be in when you're playing in a ZVP.
Yeah.
And yeah, stats might not be able to expand, but he is teching up.
I love how stats, he's still making workers. Like, he didn't stop worker production, so he's ready to Maynard as soon as he gets his Nexus up and running. It looks like the probe is headed there.
Should be soon. Wiping his brow.
Just waiting for Crank. Just let us know what's going on. Maybe he's revealing what his actual favorite noodles are. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. Bulldog. Yep, you a shield of fire.
Nick Fury himself. My God. Oh, nice around though. He's gonna be able to get maybe both the adepts. One.
Only maybe a second. Stats trying to stutter step, trying to shade away, but will lose it in the end.
Wow.
Overall, though, kind of in Stats' favor there.
Yeah. As Stats, he does have some more adepts on the way. Glaives on the way as well. Jun, he's expanding, but what does he really have at home to defend? He has a queen and a handful of lings. This could be the end of our cheesy amateur new Korean Zerg player.
Could be. He had a good run. He took out Control. He took out Jim Rising.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stats just a little bit of a league above those other opponents.
Yeah. I think regardless, I'm sure thrrepoint is happy for his performance. There it is.
Phone. And Stats, the director himself, is gonna advance, and I didn't really get we didn't really get to talk about it during the game itself because so much was going on. But man, one thing that really does make Stats the director of Shield that we can see earlier is he's not just a purely reactive kind of player. You could see once he saw his wall, he could have tried to save it. There was definitely a bit of a chance there to save his wall, but once he saw the lings were coming in, he thought, you know what? Not even worth it. I'm just gonna rebuild back on the high ground, back in my main base, try to get some good SimCity up. So long as I live here, I can fight another battle. But if I try to save my wall and I fail, that's it. That's GG.
Yeah, and just like Jun said, Stats, he proves everyone that he is the shield of fire. He is just a solid wall.
Yeah, just like Jun said, Jambongmyeon is probably the best. Something along those lines.
Yeah. I love how we got into that conversation, and that's not the first time that's happened here during an ESL Open Cup. I think it was it was Ranger versus Scarlet.
It was Ranger versus Scarlet, yeah.
Yeah, when they just started talking
about
food.
When Ranger was like, man, I miss Korean food, but Scarlet was like, what are you talking about? You live in Malaysia, you can get Korean food wherever around the corner.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, but it's not like, the authentic experience. Yeah, we should be jumping into a rematch from GSL, Stats versus Special, but we are missing our Chinese Mandarin caster here, Mage. But it seems like Typo Cheese has decided that we're going to keep on rolling. Mage can jump in the middle of the series.
Yeah.
As he is currently...
Go on.
Yeah, I was just going to say, as he is currently casting Estrella versus Scarlet. So I believe, does he stream on Africa or does he stream on Twitch? I don't quite remember.
Twitch.
Yep, twitch.tv/mage, I believe, or axmage.
It's mage and then a bunch of numbers after it. I think it's like mage 401. Right. No, 1404. There we go.
There we go. Mage 1404, where it's gonna be in Mandarin, but you should be able to catch a pretty sick ZVP.
Yes.
As we ourselves get ready for a sick TVP.
Yes, Mage is the only one covering that series. It's a little bit unfortunate that he will be left out of this series, this TVP. But if you are a Chinese viewer or someone who prefers to see in Mandarin, then we do have Cloudy casting as well, as he will be casting over on Douyu. So he will be covering the series.